Hello friends, myself Subhash Nagarsai from Sri Digambar Jain Gurukul High School, Solapur. I shall welcome to all of you in this session of 9th Mathematics Part 2. The topic is Quadrilaterals Part 7. In this session, we are going to discuss with the trapezium and problems from the practice set 5.4. Friends, in the previous session of Quadrilateral Part 6, we have been discussed with the following important subtopics of this chapter. That is, mainly we have discussed the theorems, which are properties of the rectangle, rhombus and square, problems based on the properties of rectangle, rhombus and square, and problems based on practice set 5.3. Friends, today in this session we are going to discuss with the trapezium and problems from the practice set 5.4. So let us see what is this trapezium. When only one pair of the opposite side of a quadrilateral is parallel, then the quadrilateral is called as a trapezium. In the adjoining figure, you could see the trapezium. In the adjacent figure, only side AB and side DC of a quadrilateral ABCD are parallel to each other. So this is a trapezium. Angle A and angle D is a pair of adjacent angle. So the pair of angle B and angle C. Therefore, by property of the parallel lines, both the pairs are supplementary. Properties of this trapezium. Number 1, only one pair of the opposite side are parallel, that is AB and CD. Two pairs of the adjacent angles add up to 180 degrees, that is angle A plus angle D is equal to 180 and angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degree. The two non-parallel sides are unequal, that is AD is not equal to BC. The line joining the midpoints of the non-parallel sides is parallel to the parallel sides and is equal to half the sum of these parallel sides. A trapezium can be inscribed in a circle. The sum of the four interior angles of four right angles, that is angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle is equal to 360. The area of the trapezium is nothing but half into sum of the lengths of the parallel sides into height. Area of the trapezium is equal to half into AB plus CD into AP from this figure. Perimeter of this trapezium is equal to sum of all the sides, that is AB plus BC plus CD plus DE. So perimeter of the trapezium is AB plus BC plus CD plus DA, we can say. Friends, let us see this isosceles trapezium. If non-parallel sides of a trapezium are congruent, then that quadrilateral is called as the isosceles trapezium. You can see in this, two sides which are non-parallel are shown with the green color and those are congruent. In the adjoining figure, quadrilateral PQRS is isosceles trapezium. Side PQ is parallel to side SR and side QR is equal to side PS. Friends, what are the properties of this isosceles trapezium? Number 1, only one pair of the sides are parallel, that is PQ parallel to RS. Non-parallel sides, that is legs, are equal in measures, that is PS is equal to QR, shown with the green color here. The base angles are equal in measure, that angle R and that angle S are equal. The opposite angles are supplementary. Angle P plus angle R is 180, similarly angle Q plus angle S is 180. An isosceles trapezium can be inscribed in a circle. The diagonals form a pair of congruent angles with equal sides as the base and the other pair are similar triangles. Median of this trapezium. The segment joining the midpoints of non-parallel sides of a trapezium is called as median of this trapezium. Friends, now let us start with the practice set 5.4. So friends, let us see number 1. Problem number 1. In quadrilateral IJKL, side IJ is parallel to side KL. Angle I is 108 and angle K is 53. Then find the measure of angle I and angle J and L. I and angle K have they given. So friends, let us what we have to find out here is angle I and angle J and angle L. We have to find out. Let us start. Friends, here quadrilateral IJKL, in this side IJ is parallel to side KL. Angle I is 108 and angle K is 53. It is given. Friends, side IJ is parallel to side KL and this JK is the transversal. This JK is transversal. From this we can write that angle J plus angle K is 180 because these two are interior angles forming. Those are supplementary. Therefore, friends, angle J plus angle K is 53 that we have substituted is equal to 180. Therefore, angle J is equal to 180 and 53 goes to this side, that will become minus. Subtraction of this is 127 degree. Therefore, we can write that angle J is equal to 127 degree. Second, side IJ is parallel to side KL and side IL is the transversal. So here you will get that angle I plus this angle L will be 180 degree. These are also forming the interior angles. So friends, we can write that we will substitute the value of I, that is 108 plus angle L is equal to 180. Therefore, angle L is equal to 180 minus 108. So subtraction is 72 degree. Therefore, we can write that angle L is equal to 72 degree. I think you understood this problem number 1. Let us discuss the problem number 2 now. That is, in a quadrilateral ABCD, side BC and side AD are parallel to each other. Side AB and side DC are congruent. Angle A is 72. Then find the measure of angle B and angle D. So friends, we have to find out that angle B and angle D. Let us draw a segment BP which is perpendicular to side AD. So APD is the betweenness, CQ is perpendicular to side AD, AQD is the betweenness. So friends, let us start now. Angle A is 72 given. In quadrilateral ABCD, side BC is parallel to side AD and side AB is the transversal, this one. Therefore, angle A plus angle B is 180 since these are forming the interior angles. Now substitute the value of angle A, that is 72 plus angle B is 180. A is 72. Therefore, we will get that angle B is equal to 180 minus 72, that is 108 degree. Now we get the value of angle B is equal to 108. Friends, now we have been constructed that this BP is perpendicular to AD and this CQ is also perpendicular to AD. So we will get here two triangles, one shown with yellow color and another with purple color. Now let us see, show these two triangles to be congruent. In triangle BPA, which is shown with yellow color, and triangle CQD, which is purple color. So in these two triangles, we will get the angle BPA congruent with the angle CQD. Since both are 90, this P and this Q both are 90. Hypotenuse AB and hypotenuse DC, these two are congruent, that has been already given. Segment BP is congruent with segment CQ. These two are the perpendicular distance between two parallel lines, therefore those are congruent. Therefore we can say that these two triangles, that is triangle BP and triangle CQD, are congruent by side hypotenuse side test. Therefore we will get angle BAP is congruent with CDQ, corresponding angle of congruent triangle. But this BAP can be written as that angle A is congruent with angle D. But we know that angle A is given, that is 72. Therefore, we will get that angle D is equal to also 72 degree. So friends, this is easy. In order to show this, we have to do the construction and these two triangles shown congruent. From that, we will get this angle to be a 72 degree. Let us start with the problem number 3. So friends, this is the problem number 3. In quadrilateral ABCD, side BC is less than side AD. Side BC is less than side AD, that you will come to do from this. And if side BA is congruent with side CD, then prove that angle ABC is congruent with angle DCB. These two angles we have to show congruent. Let us see now. Given that side BC is less than side AD and BC is parallel to side AD and BA is congruent with CD. So you have to prove that angle ABC is congruent with angle DCB. Friends, draw this perpendicular segment BP perpendicular to AD and this CQ perpendicular to AD. Here you are getting two triangles due to this one. Friends, let us try for this. In a quadrilateral ABCD, wherein side BC is parallel to side AD, it has been given. Therefore, triangle BP and triangle CQD. We will get that angle BPA congruent with angle CQD, each angle measures of 90. Hypotenuse AB is congruent with the hypotenuse DC, it is given. Segment PP is congruent with segment CQ, perpendicular distance between two parallel lines. Therefore, triangle BPA congruent with triangle CQD by hypotenuse side test. So, if you consider the corresponding angle, angle BAP is congruent with angle CQD, corresponding angle of congruent triangle. Therefore, we get angle A is congruent with angle D. Equation 1. Now, side BC is parallel to side AD and AB is the transversal. It is given. Therefore, we get angle A plus angle B is equal to 180. That is the interior angles. Second, also side BC is parallel to side AD and now CD is the transversal. Therefore, you can write that this angle C plus angle D, these two is the interior angles, therefore congruent. Third, angle A plus angle B is equal to angle C plus angle D from 3 and 2. Because right hand side of both are 180, so we can equate it. So we will get angle A plus angle B is equal to angle C plus angle D. Friends, as we have been got from the equation 1 that angle A is congruent with angle D. So replace this D by A. So what will happen? Angle A get cancelled and you will get angle B is equal to angle C. This angle A and angle A get cancelled, so you are getting angle B is equal to angle C. That is, you can write that angle ABC is congruent with angle DCB. Change of the name. So I think this you understood. Friends, what we have been discussed today in this session, we have been discussed with the following subtopics: trapezium and its properties, isosceles trapezium and its properties, and the problems from the practice set 5.4. Friends, can you try these problems? Measure of angles of quadrilateral ABCD are in the ratio 4:5:7:8. Show that quadrilateral ABCD is a trapezium. In a quadrilateral PQR, side PS is parallel to side QR and side PQ is congruent with side SR. Side QR is greater than side PS, then prove that angle PQR is congruent with angle SRQ. Quadrilateral ABCD is a trapezium in which AB is parallel to DC and angle A is equal to angle B is equal to 40 degree. Find angle C and angle D. Are those angles equal? Prove that a cyclic trapezium, in a cyclic trapezium, the non-parallel sides are equal. Friends, you should not forget the famous words of Shakuntala Devi. What is mathematics? It is only a systematic effort of solving puzzles posed by the nature. Friends, if you like this video, please subscribe, share with your friends and don't forget to press the bell icon. With these words, I would like to say thank you.